This episode is brought to you by the Thrive Tribe. Check it out at chasingbrighter.com/Thrive Tribe. Hey, Kelly, how are you doing today?
I'm good, Jess. How are you doing?
I will we'll be getting into how I'm doing. Tell me about what's going on with you.
Halfway through this conversation, you might notice some changes because I'm trying to stand more, and that's taking me a while because I have a standing, a sitting desk. It's every day is ups and downs with a lot of
Yeah.
things, whether it's we bought a lake house. And so that's a
Woo woo.
huge
That's
project right
amazing.
now,
Yes.
coordinating, getting it furnished and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
And because I've married a designer, getting things furnished isn't exactly easy.
Yeah.
And I'm not exactly an interior designer. So, my unexpected objective of 2025 is really to lean into interior design,
Yeah.
and really think about what kind of style we want and how to decorate a house. I haven't done that. If you go into most of my house now, and traditionally, I'm afraid to design. And so I do nothing. And so we have nothing on the walls, a little bit of things here and there, but it is a lot of effort and energy to put in. And I realize that's interior designers love that. That's what fills their cup. It
Yeah.
doesn't fill my cup. Don't get me wrong. We all love
Yeah.
beautiful spaces. I
Yeah.
love your background in your office.
Thank you.
So I'm working on that.
I love it. Did you feel I wanted Brian to have a side conversation with you after you saw my office to be like, wow, Jessa's really good at designing. Because I loved that off. I love designing and it's not the same style as my home. And I think it's fun to play with other styles. Like you're going to be
Yeah,
choosing, I'm assuming for the lake house, a style that's not the same style as your home, which is
correct.
fun. And I think what I've done is I love, I think for me, I design more from going to places and seeing things and then buying
Yeah,
something. Like I love, like this mirror behind me was on clearance at Michael's. And then this thing
yeah.
over here was at clearance at Target. So I'll
Well, I
go
can't wait
somewhere
to,
and
yeah,
you
the
buy
zhuzh.
it and then
Yeah,
you like build around it. I'm saying like then you're
yeah,
like, "Oh, okay, now I'm using gold." And so I just so finding something that inspires you and building off of that I think could be
yeah.
fun by you just going out in stores and
Yeah, no,
whatever.
it is fun. It is a huge like time consumption just to sit and think about each space and what it looks like or what colors you want or what's gonna fit
Yeah.
into it and how much does that cost and does it
But
fit my
there's no right
budget?
or wrong. And I know that's how we're
Yeah.
so different. Like we were
Yes.
talking when Kelly was here that while you were here, I cut my hair one evening. And we were talking with Cassidy Owen from Cassidy Lynn Social, and I was like, I just cut my hair, and she was like, oh my gosh. And Kelly, you were like, no, you have to like research places and blah blah blah. And Cassie's, are you the oldest? And you guys are both the
Yeah, that
oldest.
was
And
funny.
it's
Yeah.
I'm just, oh, let's just let do. There is no right or wrong, but it's I know Gabby's a lot like you, where it takes a lot to make that first step, right? And I just leap first and then think
Yes.
later
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah. Very true. Very
Yeah.
true. How about you, Jess? How was the weekend?
So it's so funny because I was editing the episode where I was sharing with our listeners that all of my gastrointestinal issues were because of stress, and Gabby was like laughing so hard because since then I have had two more horrendous bouts of puking all night and having diarrhea all night long. And on 2 nights ago, I didn't sleep. On Sunday night, I woke up at 1 a.m. and I was sick all night long. I was awake for almost 24 hours. And because then the next day was Justin's birthday. And you know how it works? Like the next day was not only was it Justin's birthday, it was photo day for Gia where they were supposed to dress and wear something nice. And if you're like me, you don't have anything nice yet, right? Because your children grow so freaking much, and it's
Mm-hmm.
like spring pictures. And so, how are we supposed to find like a
Mm-hmm.
spring outfit for him? So I don't even know the shirt. To be honest with you, I don't even know if I really looked at him when he left that day. But it was Dominic's size 14 button down and a size 10 pair of skinny pants. Listen. Okay. And then Gabby had to be at school at 7 and they usually leave at 7. So they had to leave 20 minutes earlier. So having to wrap Justin's presents and having to like just do all of this stuff. And I was like at that moment very ill. And so last week Justin had put all of the pieces of the puzzle together, and I had increased my dosage of my injections the same week I started having gastrointestinal issues. And so every time after I had the injection, which I know you and I were talking in that episode about how, like, listening to our bodies and putting it all together. And because I was traveling and I was really stressed. And so it is the injection. It is called gastroparesis, and part of how semaglutide and whatever GLP-1 shots, whatever the hell they're called, work is they slow down mobility in your stomach and your intestines. And so gastroparesis is where your stomach is not emptying into the small intestines. And so nothing is moving your body. And so when Justin's, you're throwing up because there's nowhere for the food to go and it is not coming out. And
That's
that has
awful.
been horrible. And there's nothing you can do about it. And then it's, do you eat then if nothing's moving? Am I eating or not eating? And so yesterday I was so afraid to eat. I didn't eat. But I did read about electrolytes. So I was drinking, like I drank body
Okay.
armors. And then Justin was like, this is what you're supposed to be doing. And it was everything I read about. And high fiber, small meals, drink a lot. And we did travel again. So I just think sometimes for people, like travel can cause constipation. So I just feel like that doesn't help that I keep traveling. And so
Hmm.
anyway, I am just not going to take my injection today. And then we're really hopeful that on Friday, I'll be resolved by Friday.
Okay.
But it's uh has been terrible. And talking to like my best friend who has done injections and
Hmm.
she's done. And so people are like, oh, that's like how it's been for me. Like I either don't poop or I'm running to the bathroom. That is not cool. And so I
Yeah.
haven't
It's
had,
it's one of those like, how come nobody told me about this?
it's
Right.
like I had been, because I've been on it 5 months, right? Yes, I've been nauseous, or yes, I've had like a little thing here and there,
Hmm.
but like to be like violently ill and not sleeping has been so horrendous. And I don't think my travel helped with that. And I researched like, so many more high fiber meals and foods. And I don't know if you've seen that cereal, Catalina Crunch. Do you guys
I've
have
used it.
it?
I've had it. I've had it, but like it just, I'm a clean eater
Yeah, it's
and
a
it
little
was a lot
too
of
much
stuff in it.
sweet. I think it's a
Yeah.
little too much. I don't know what the sweetener is. The sweetener might be stevia. But because for me, it's very difficult with anything that has protein that has whey, it is a vegan, gluten-free product. And so I think it's very difficult. Yeah, it's very difficult sometimes to figure out where you can get all the fiber when you don't eat a lot in the first place. So anyway, so I like it because it's high in protein and high in fiber. And was talking to a mom and I was thinking of doing that, which was like using my vegan protein, eat it like a cereal and put
Yes.
the protein shake and have like a bowl of cereal. And that would really, you would
Hmm.
have like a ton of protein and a ton of fiber. And so I think it's very difficult to get those 30 grams of fiber that's recommended to us.
I think it's JJ Virgin who was one of my, yeah, JJ Virgin is like a celebrity nutritionist and she promoted
Catalina.
Catalina Crunch. Yeah.
Yeah. There is someone told me it's called, because I told you I liked Three Wishes, which was also
Hmm.
like a higher fiber cereal, but she said there is something like something Sundays or summer. Now I don't know, but
Yeah.
it's what is it?
Um, 7 Sundays.
7 Sundays. Anyways, they sell
That
that at
sounds.
Costco
Yeah,
and it is gluten free and vegan.
I've
So,
had that. The downside with Costco is that you get that and it's this
yeah.
giant bag and
Hmm.
you're like, I don't know if I like it that much kind of thing. So,
But I think if you are a person who has to eat vegan and gluten free, you're used to things tasting a little different because you can't have
mm,
anything anymore.
yeah,
And so you're like, oh, okay. So anyway, so for me, Catalina Crunch was something that I thought tasted good and you could have a handful, you could have a snack. It was something else. And again, just always trying to find where we can get that fiber if you're on the go. And also, one avocado has 10 grams of fiber, one medium avocado. So even just looking at ways that you can, I don't know. I just think I was doing all those things, but I just feel like with traveling, it's very difficult I'm
Oh,
glad to be back
100%.
home and not be traveling and figure all this out. So I've not been working out. And my trainer messaged me because I don't think I've ever gone. I think last week I worked out one day. And my trainer was like, "Is everything okay?" Like, I have never only worked out one day and in this entire year I've been with her. And so I was like, "Oh yes, I'm dying. So this is what's happening." And so I think I might try to work out 2 days this week, but I'm stable with nothing pouring out of my body, but I am I feel crampy and not 100%. And so I think I just need to rest. But also, if you're a sick person and you have body image issues, I'm at like my lowest weight. So if you poop all the time and throw up,
Yeah,
you be
I
down.
one of my friends I saw in January, I was talking to him and I was like, "You look like you've slimmed down." He was like, "Stomach bug." Like,
Virus.
yeah, it was like he had a cold or it was just a couple of things and he was like, "I just
Yeah.
haven't." He's had it repeatedly. And so he was like, he was just sending a meme to me that was like, "I'm one norovirus for my goal weight" kind of thing. But like,
Yes.
I traditionally I'm a little slower in January, February just because it's winter and I'm lazy and I want to embrace the hygge cozy being
Yeah.
inside doing just nothing kind of thing. And so I know after now it's coming into spring that I really want to start getting more active. We have a lot of summer trips coming up and spring break is coming up and I just want to get back into feeling healthy and feeling good about
Yeah.
myself. And
Yeah.
so yesterday I even went for a run and
Look
really
at
trying to
you.
just I think part of the working out is I want to move past, and granted I think everyone's weeks here and there are, sometimes you can get a week of consistency and then maybe there's a week or two you don't. And I think that's
Mm-hmm.
okay. And I think we got to give
Yeah.
ourselves the grace to let life happen and not beat ourselves up for it.
Right.
But then just get back on the horse when you can and
Yeah.
get out there. And one of the things I really want to focus on too, Jess, is like intensity, which I know we've
Yeah.
talked about too. So it's some days I don't feel like it. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm sitting and I'm watching Netflix while I'm on my bike and I'm trying to challenge myself, and that's checking the box. But like,
Yeah.
how do I really intentionally keep active? So
Yeah.
such a hard thing. And I don't know about you, but if it's I'm sitting at my desk and the next thing I got to go pick up the kids, I'm done. There's
Yeah.
no chance for me really doing any sort of physical activity. So
Yeah, I
trying to
have
put the time
to
in.
work out in the morning. Like I absolutely have
Yes.
to. But because my spouse does work out in the afternoon, I that is like my last ditch effort of okay, I'll work out with him when he gets home because that's when he works out. But now we are entering in the Colorco household the crazy season. So you are going to be learning about the high school sports, but why high school sports are so different than, or I don't know how it goes in Chicago, but in here, especially because of busing and stuff like that, like all of the games have to be done at 5:30. So all of the games are at 3 or 3:30, and they have up to 2 games a week and then practice every single day. And so with club sports, typically you have two, maybe three practices a week, a little bit later in the evening, and then the tournaments are on the weekends. But here it's okay, Gabby has a game 50 minutes away at 3:30 and her brothers are done with school at 3. So it's like this crazy rush of who's getting who, running, watching her games. Now Giovanni has baseball, like little league baseball. So he has practice, he has games. And so this is where the crazy really begins for us. So we will see. And so that's when, for me, working out is so important because a big reason for me working out is that it's something for me and that it is
Yeah.
for my mental health. And I
Yes.
also
Yes. So
love
important.
feeling stronger. And I love
Yes.
my Pilates studio for a sense of community. And I've been loving lifting. I don't know if I already sent it to you, but whenever you're ready for me to send you a coupon code for future, you can get a month. I think you get a month free.
I'm going to do it.
So,
You sent me a coupon code. I'm
oh,
assuming
okay.
it's still valid.
I
And
assume.
I'm going
Yeah.
to try to do it today,
Yeah.
actually, because I did my run yesterday and then I want to do strength training today.
And she had me when I first started, she had me running. And then I was like, I I first started out for a long time, 5 days a week plus Pilates, just to get a feel for everything. And then I really pulled back on the cardio. But I think like what you're saying, so while I've been sick, I was just looking at the Apple Watch and I was looking at my averages and how much I've been average working out, how much I work out a day, what my heart rate is. And it's your some kind of score, and I'm really competitive, and it was like below average. And I was like, what the hell? How can I get that above average? And I do mountain climbers, burpees, jumping jacks on my workouts, but I was thinking maybe I need to add a little bit of running with my weight being down. I'm down about 21 pounds. That might be less impact on my knees and my body, and also maybe some
Hey.
bike riding or something to get
Yeah.
more cardio intensity, if that makes
Hmm.
sense. So I agree.
Well,
Yeah.
and the other thing too, I think as we age, the moments that we're feeling healthy, really take advantage of those moments where we do
Yeah.
feel strong enough. We don't have certain aches and pains and we're injury free, and take advantage of that time to get active, because the moments that you go through some sort of a physical challenge, it'll help you be more resilient and
Yeah.
you'll feel like I'm just going to let my body rest now,
Right.
because that's what it needs to do. So
Yeah.
that's the other part I think about. I need to continue to, in terms of me practicing gratitude, is just at this moment, I feel healthy and I feel strong and I
Yeah.
want to take advantage of that.
Listening to your bodies. I have been, so with all of this gastro issues, not having coffee. And over the weekend, it was the worst for me. Like I wanted to cry because I wanted coffee so bad. And so I have been looking up mushroom coffee, which you can't have, huh? You can't have mushroom
No, I
coffee.
can't.
Okay. So I've
Mm-mm.
been looking at mushroom coffee and I found this brand Lucid, and I chose it because of the reviews of the flavor. Because everyone went on and on about something like, let's say, how great their body felt, but like the flavor wasn't there.
Yeah,
So I
yeah,
got
yeah.
Lucid, and what is interesting, Kelly, is it has creatine monohydrate in it.
Oh, cool.
And so I've got to figure out how much creatine it has because I've been taking creatine, but I'm like, I can't double up creatine. I don't know what that will do to me.
Yeah.
But it has all of these things in it that also when I used to drink Ticino, but everyone was saying that their energy level was not like when you drink coffee and then maybe you immediately are buzzing, but that the longevity of it is like a slower thing, but their afternoon, they weren't sluggish anymore. So I'm very fascinated. So talking
Mm.
about listening to your body, because I was thinking, should I go for a walk today? What should I do? And I just went, got all the kids out of the house, went back to my bed, took my little mushroom coffee, whatever the heck I'm drinking, and had that and just relaxed for a little bit. And I am trying that, like you're saying, listening to your body, because I do have this thing with like always producing and working. And so allowing myself, like literally, Jessica, your intestines are not moving. So it is okay if you don't exercise today. Everything will be okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Just like giving your body, because sometimes too, I noticed in training where I can really stress my body out with
Yeah.
working out too much.
Right.
And so it's striking that balance. So I think that's a good idea, Jess.
Yeah. So, just to summarize today's episode as well, see if you can get creative, whether that's designing, right? How can you have fun, embrace creativity without too much analysis paralysis, and listening to your body, whether you need to get a good, intense workout or whether you just need to relax with a coffee, tea, or mushroom beverage.
Yes. Thanks for listening today. Don't forget to subscribe so you can hear our latest episodes as soon as they drop.
If you loved today's episode, share with a friend. Find us on Instagram, Facebook at Chasing Brighter, or check out our blog at chasingbrighter.com and follow us. If you want to know more about Kelly and I, read our blogs, find more tips, tools, and resources, check that out at chasingbrighter.com. Thanks. Remember, your best life is just a listen away.